Hello everyone, my name is Michael Young and welcome back to Factorio using the Sea Block Modpack. So last time we finished up oil. We didn't finish it up. We finished up the oil we can do at the moment. There's certainly more steps that are will become needed at some time. We finished up enough oil till we can do the next two sets of science. We can do gray and blue science from what we got. Now we need to get circuit automation, which requires all this. And to do that, we're gonna have to build a little sub-factory. And I was looking at it, trying to figure out ratios and stuff. And I think that we're gonna be having a problem more with supply, but with being able to insert from one factory into another, more so than trouble with that. What am I saying? More than trouble with the actual the difference. Excuse me. What am I saying? It's not about the number of distinct assembly machines we have. It's about how quickly we can get materials from one to another. So I want some stack inserters, which is gonna be really expensive in terms of other circuits to help out. But even then, it's just gonna be really tricky. So I want to get some better supplies. Like even here we had some trouble doing this. But actually, wait a minute. So we just did this whole entire thing. The next set of electronic circuits do not require the previous set of electronic circuits. That's very convenient. Though they require some of the same components, like tinned wire and these components, like here. Oh. We should make a ton of these little factories. Can. Well, we can. We could go ahead and make the next tier up, too. But these are already pretty fast. Crafting speed 1 versus crafting speed 2.25. Wow, that's quite an increase. So we should have to plan on having far more than we need eventually. Our robots are trying to place more more belts, but they're out of belts, so we have to keep coming back and grabbing more. What am I doing here now? I am looking for circuits, so we can make some more of these stack inserters. Slowly, over time. Okay, let's go and start trying to lay this out. This is going to be complicated. Where's my car? Back there. How are we doing on power? Are we back to 0 in the day? Yeah, we're pretty good actually. This is not a problem at all. It's going to get worse. It's going to be more of a problem when things are actually under load. Right now everything's stopped. Pretty much. Ooh, that was a lot of iron. That's fine. Why can't I make more of these? Oh, not enough electronic circuit boards. Which is kind of the whole point of what we're doing now. So... do we need to stop for anything else? I guess we could get more stone? Meh. I want to start seeing this, how we're going to do it. I think it's going to be annoying because so, if you look at the recipe, they need 4 basic electronic components and transistors. And the recipe takes 5 seconds. Although it'll be, 2.5 seconds if we use the next tier of these. But... so we're going to need to supply a lot of transistors if we're going to produce these in any significant numbers. We'll probably have to have multiple belts of transistors, I think. Anyway. So this is where we're gonna do it. Let's actually start. Let's work backwards. Normally what I do is I go and I find the earliest thing I can do so I can kind of follow it up the process. But let's just assume we'll be able to supply everything. So we'll start from the top. So electronic circuit machines. They're that colored. Yeah. And let's be ambitious. Let's say we're gonna have 10 of these going at once. They need it says it can be made on an electronic assembly machine. Electronic circuit board. But they're not there. Okay. Well, that changes things. We'll have to make them in the regular machines. That must be a bug, because it makes a sense that you should be able to do it here. That's the point of these things, in order to make the different boards. And we can even do things that use them. Oh, screw it. I think I remember being annoyed about this earlier. Okay, but we're still gonna stick with 10. It's just gonna, well, it'll just be slower. Where are my boards? Really, where are they? There. Yeah, that's gotta be a bug. Well, maybe it isn't, because it requires too many things for the basic ones. Oh well. So it needs 2 things and 2 things. How are we going to output? I guess we could put the circuit boards and the solder on the same. So we'll like have this going, and that will carry. Well, it's 5 seconds, so we can support it. This will be a combination of the circuit boards and the solder. This will be the output. Okay, and they'll both need double belts on the outside, or it's kind of, I guess we'll have to make do with double belts, but I wish I could get more. Wrong way. Right? Okay, to supply that, we'll need several things. We'll need solder is the easiest one. These are going to be tricky. Let's do transistors next. We'll just have a little place that makes transistors here. So these need, well, we should probably have no, we should probably make tinned wire like in several places because it's, you know, just like in the base game, you don't want to actually belt wire. You want to just direct insert it. So, let me see. So when we were over there, we had like, it's a ridiculously high ratio, right? Where's the tinned? Yeah, no. So this one tin plate, okay, it's 1-for-1 cable to wire. But then when we use the wire, yeah, one tinned wire becomes 5 components. This is 2 seconds. The other one is well, really, it's 3 every 0.5 seconds. So one of these could support, well, if they were all being built in the same factory, assembling machine speed, we'd be producing 3 every 0.5 seconds, or 12 every 2 seconds. So one of these can support 12. Yeah. Which means we do want to have to belt the wire, unfortunately. Let's just go ahead and use the same sort of setup we were on the other place. We had this was making the cable, and then this was making no. I wonder if I should be making solder on site, as opposed to just, you know, belting it in. Oh well. Not gonna worry about it. You're making tinned. We're gonna need more of these. Is that right? Let me see. So this is every 0.5 we make 2. This needs 3. Okay, I got it backwards. And let's just do 2 sets of these. Or probably, oh wait a minute, let me figure this out exactly. So in 0.5 seconds, each of these are going to make 2. So we're getting 4 every 0.5 seconds. You need 3 every 0.5 seconds. It's not quite as nice as like the standard ratio, so let's just double it up. I'm thinking like how when you're making the green circuits, you can just go like, you could have something like that, where the one in the middle outputs to both, and the ones on the sides output to the second, or fourth. But that doesn't quite work here. It would be like, I don't know, if there were 4. If I were having groups of 4 of these. No, I'm not gonna. Let's go with this. Okay. And these are outputting a ton. You should make sure they're ending up on separate sides of the belt. Which way do things flow together? Let's see. Okay, that works. I think that works. Let's double check. Why is that disappearing? That's not telling me anything at all. What am I thinking? Sometimes I don't know where my head is. Oh, did they run out of... Yeah. Where's my car? Way down there. Okay. Let's go and pick up some more belts so that they can stay busy. Wait a minute, I was going to grab some tin while we're here. Just make a couple of these by hand and see where it outputs. What did I just grab? That is nickel. Okay, so that's the wrong way. You need it to be like this. Yep. I'm never sure which side of the belt that these output onto when they're just going straight up. Or straight out from where they're outputting. Okay. And the next step was to make the components, which also need carbon. And these can be made in these, right? Yeah. So we will... How should we lay this out? It's like a crazy ratio, I remember. We said it was, what, 12 for 1? So this actually be these will be for the transistors. We'll just use this one. I'm trying to think. So we'll have a line of carbon coming in. We'll have 2 lines of transistors going out. And we'll want to bend so that they can switch sides. Let's see. Then a bend. And same on this side. Alright. Oh, we need more of these. Someday we'll get to that point where we're gonna automate out the different inserters. I swear, we'll get to it eventually. We will. It will happen. Okay. Then we'll want to balance these. They should already be balanced by lane. Or actually, they're all going to the same place, so we can just do it here. Alright. That's a little messy, but that'll work. Yeah, this is gonna actually be a little tricky. We'll have to hop over the middle. They can just grab it straight from here. I like that. Alright. They're still busy. I was thinking they might be close to done. And get more work. Okay, we need to get carbon up in here. So let's figure out where that line's gonna go. So tin, copper. So far, that's it. Let's extend these just so we can see where everything's gonna be. Okay, well if I'd known that, I would have made it a bit further over. So let's do that. Alright. Looks like that's done. Except they missed some bits. I guess it's out of the range. Let's just go ahead and fill it in ourselves. I don't even know why I bothered to extend these all the way there. We're not using them, but you know, for completeness sake, so it looks prettier. And we can just lay out a few more of these. Because I don't want to have to lay out more than myself. I find it really tedious, and I don't mind just sitting around waiting while we're doing other things while these get laid out. Except for, I suppose, we'll help out with this first line and this line, because otherwise we'll not see it. No, we're out. Okay. Let's go resupply. So right now we're being held back by having too much tin. And I think that's going to change real quick. We're going to... Oh, only 72. Really? Wow. Why did I do that? I could have just pulled both lanes down. Oh well. Let's check back at our main base. Yeah, but right now these are not sorting because because of copper and tin, and those are the two things we just said. Well, no, I guess they're also not sorting because of lead. We haven't figured that out yet. Lead is going to be still a problem, but copper and tin, we're about to start using at a really high rate, relative. I think lead was part of green science too, maybe. No, we did it the other way around here. Did I get this wrong? This needs 3 cables to make 3 tinned, and that needs 3, and this is producing only 2. It's the same speed. Yeah, I should have done this in reverse. Oh well, it doesn't matter. That never is overcapacity. It's always oversupplied. Anyway, we came here to get this. Maybe I should say to go ahead and just do more. We really need to get science starting to back up. I feel really bad. We've had like maybe 20, 25 hours of no science now. It's because I wanted to focus on this. And I'm not sure this is even paying off yet. Oh well. So close to getting back without hitting anything. And yet... Alright, that was all the components. We also need to deal with the transistors now. We have to pull in the carbon too, so we're going to do it right there. So, but the transistors need tinned. We already have the tinned for it. We need plastic and silicon wafers, which should be easy. We just need to look at the ratios. So I should probably plan on having just as many of these as so we made 16. We don't even have 16. Or the ability to make 16. Where am I going? Alright. Okay, so if we want to keep 16 of these going, and the recipe requires... What am I making? Transistors. It's slower. Interesting. So we would actually need more of them if we wanted to do it even. But, well, we'll just go with 16 for now. So, 1 plastic bar, 1 tin copper wire, which we have, and 2 silicon wafers. So we need 30 some silicon wafers every 3 seconds, or about 1 a second. So what do we need for those? Can we make them in these? We cannot. So the silicon wafers come from these. But they come really fast. Wow. Okay. So that makes 8 every 5 seconds, or almost a bit less than 1 per second. So it might be easier just to do some sort of direct insert thing. What other things does this need? Wafers, wire, plastic, and then output. Now let's just run a belt. We'll just belt the wafers. So I'm trying to think of what kind of layout I want. I guess we could do something like this with the plastic in the middle. But we need one more thing. Actually, do these really only need 2 things? Yeah, they only need 2 things. And these need 3. Well, we could make this belt have 2 things on it. We could have it have both. Well, that's not good. We could come in from the side, space them out more, and then how am I gonna do this? It's actually a little annoying that these factories are so tiny. They have so little spaces for more inserters around them. Well, we could put tinned and plastic on the same thing, and then have another set of silicon. Or really, we could just wrap another belt around there. Might have trouble with spacing. Getting power inside the middle. But we can work it out. Okay, let's try this. So we are going to make do I like that? I don't know. I don't really like it. Okay, let's do That's going to be one side of it. It's going to have, this will be its output with a bend. That'll be one input. Wait a minute. What am I thinking? There's no way that a single belt's going to be able to support. Well, oh, it doesn't matter. We'll have to update this to red eventually. No, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. Instead, we'll have 2 belts. No, that's not going to work either. I'll just stick with it for now. Otherwise, we'll end up with 4 belts of transistors. This is fine. We'll deal with it. Alright, so then we have tinned and plastic. I'm not 100% convinced about this layout, but I'm willing to go with it and see how it fails. We'll figure out how the plastic connects later. And then what we have in the middle, we said? We're going to have the silicon wafers. Right, so then the silicon wafers need to build like this off to the side. They're too close together. Sure. Oh, we're out of belts. And our bots don't have belts either. Where's my car? Way down there. Wait a minute. I forgot we did that. Let's turn that off. I swear, once we get sufficiently high logistic bot speed and can make those logistic things all over the place. It's going to be so much more convenient. Having to continually go back to our base to resupply gets so annoying. Should I get landfill wire here? Probably. And some more of these. Why not? No, going down there with my car would be a bad idea. Alright. We'll add to a random box of assorted junk that we pick up. Alright. Mineral oil is good, CO2 is good. Coal seems like it's not having troubles. I was worried that we're going to come back and have the coal all be gone because we've been storing things as methane. And then have this huge amount of coke being produced. Anyway. Where did I leave my car? Right there. Let's grab whatever is made since then. I think that's the second time in a row I've hit that. It's clearly hidden too carefully. Too well. How do you say that? There should be a distinction in the way you say it. It is hidden, but it was hidden by me. So it's hidden... It's in the process of being hid, of staying hidden, and it's doing that very well. But it was originally hidden by me, and it was hidden somewhat slapdashly. Not very well, in fact. I'm sure there's a better way to put that. We need more undergrounds, too. And we're out of iron. So this is going to come up like this. We'll do the same sort of thing. Maybe up one more. Balance right there. Wait a minute, what am I doing with these? I'm taking them over there. Okay. This could be laid out much more succinctly than I am doing. Or much more, whatever. Much more nicely. This is all ugly. No, that was not what I wanted. There. What did we say was going to be here? Solder and the boards, which we haven't even begun. The boards are going to be in our whole nother tricky bit. How are we going to get the boards here? I guess. There's the boards. And solder's right off the bus. Alright. Alright, and this will be where we build boards. Let's get this all hooked up. Oh wait, we need to do plastic first. I forgot. Plastic is still an issue. Okay, so that's where we'll build plastic. There we go. Now we make sure it's all powered. It's not terrible. Why is this not working? Oh, because they're on the wrong side. Okay. It's not a terrible layout. It's not a very pretty layout. It's a bit more spaghetti than I like. But it's a complicated thing we're doing. They're still not done! Go faster, robots. We need to get more robots. I want to hook something up and see if it's working. So this needed solder, right? This is going to be solder. Where is the solder? It's there. Bottom one here. This bus is a little silly. I've never made such a wide bus before. But it was what I knew to do, so, you know. Alright, that's the solder. And then this is copper. Copper plates in particular. Which are all the way at the bottom. Okay, next to the tin, which is right next to it. With a gap of 2. I could just keep going, but I'd like to see it even when it's not fully constructed, just to make sure I understand what's going on. Otherwise, I'll end up with a situation where, like, I'll bring in copper ore instead of copper plates, and then I'll say, oh, now I have to redo the entire thing. So it's good just to check intermittently. I just want to see this have everything it needs except for the boards. Okay. These need carbon. Actually, the carbon's really high on the bus, isn't it? That was the coal. Where is carbon? I'm sure we have carbon. Did we not bring carbon? No, there's carbon right there. It's 4th on the bus. Which means it's the top of this one. I see. Okay. Well, why isn't it going? Oh, okay. Because we screwed this up. Of course, I'll blame the bots. The bots screwed it up, not me. They spent too much time doing what I told them to do. Alright. It's this one, right? Yeah, this one. Okay, that's coming. And then this is silicon, right? Silicon wafers. How'd that happen? Must have been another problem with that the bots did, not me. Or where is the silicon? Is that it? No, that's silver. That's it, right? Yeah. Okay. We need more iron. Why are you just sitting there? I must have filled in the belt for it, and then it got confused. Plastic, right? Still need to do the plastic. Okay, the transistor, the components are there. The transistors are waiting on plastic and this to work. It's not terrible looking. I'm wincing a little. I could have made him so that this whole mess where we have to go around is not there. Like, in fact, we can just do that right now. Let's fix that a little bit. Like, I could have tilted this sideways instead, so that it doesn't have to go so far. If that made any sense. Like, switch that up, that way the belt doesn't have as many turns in it. Alright, now let's do plastic. But I think we're over an hour, so I better take a break there. Thank you everyone for watching. My name is Michael Young, and this is Factorio using the Sea Block Modpack. Thank you.